What's up, squad? It's Castle coming back in with that goonery. And today we have a banger of a story. Today we're going to be talking about the time my mom caught me doing some lines. So, yeah, this wasn't really, really too fun. This wasn't really a fun story, but it's entertaining. So, before we get into it, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that shit. And hey, if you did, I got a little present for you. Next time, maybe it'll be two. We'll see. But, that's only for the real ones. That's a kiss for the boys. And no homo, but if you did, I love you. So yeah, let's get into the story. So basically at this point, I just got my wisdom teeth removed. So the scripts were banging. They gave me some of those T3s, a little take two every 4 hours, some shit like that. And if you don't know, a T3 is it's a Tylenol 3. So it's acetaminophen, which is just the base ingredient of Tylenol, but it has codeine in it. So yeah, each of these has 30 milligrams of codeine, so that makes it an opiate. And this is honestly, these pills are what really got me started out in opioids and opiates. Like I didn't really mess with them before these. I was just popping bars, but that all changed quick. And yeah, I got a lot of stories about these pills, but today we're just gonna be talking about the time my mom absolutely just caught me red-handed. I had my hand in the cookie jar. she she caught me breaking down some lines and she knew I was messing with drugs before this, but I think this one it really clicked for her that like, damn, I got a problem. So yeah, like I said, I think the prescription was probably for like two every 4 to 6 hours or something like that. But you already know we were not rocking with that. We were saving them up and taking them all at once. So on this day, it was a pretty whack day. I mean, I still had the little head ice pack that you gotta wear when you get your wisdom teeth removed. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like that little sling that you just put around your jaw and you just gotta sit there with it. That shit sucked. But we had some ideas for how to make this a more bearable day, a bit more entertaining, a bit exciting. So I remember I first got really pissed off because I was sitting upstairs, I was trying to play the guitar, and I just had blood dripping out of my fucking mouth. And since I just gotten the shot, it was all numb, so I couldn't feel it. And I just had blood dripping out of my mouth onto my guitar, and I was like, damn, that's annoying. Especially because I had been wanting to record, but since my mouth was all fucked up, I wasn't gonna sit here and record music. It would have been like Mike Tyson on the beat, bro. I could not speak for my life. So, my jaw was hurting quite a bit, and I was like, well, what's my plan here? Because I think I had 4 T3s saved up at this point. I didn't want to take them by themselves. I wanted to take them all together. So, it was close to time to take 2 more. So I got those 2 and now I had 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. So I was like, well, I have 6. I might as well. That's what is that? 180 milligrams? Okay, I had to check really quick, but we did some quick maths there. That was indeed 180 milligrams, 6 times 30. And at this point, I was no longer just popping them. I was actually just railing them. Because I'd actually had this prescription for a little bit now, because it got renewed for my wisdom teeth, but I broke my jaw as well, and that's what they gave me for the surgery and after. So I'd kind of been building up a little tolerance to these. So I did my classic Reddit research method. And this is some really stupid shit to do. Like, do not be like me. But for some reason, I always find answers to what I'm looking for when it's drug related on Reddit. And the people on there are probably not very reliable. Their go-to recommendation on everything is just boof it. If you don't know what boofing a pill is, you might want to look it up, but you might not want to look it up. But I had found someone who wasn't saying to boof it because I was researching, well, I'm taking the same amount, but it's not hitting me anymore. What do I do to make it hit without taking like way too much? And, everyone who really was fucking with opiates was like, well, you snort it. The problem with snorting T3s is it just makes so much powder from one pill when you're not really getting that much, right? Like, I mean, 30 milligrams isn't very much codeine if we're being honest. So the problem is you just got to go to town on that shit. You're railing like 15 lines here. You got to really commit. So, I mean, as you can imagine, this was sort of the start of the point of no return for my nasal passages. So, yeah, it's pretty stupid decision, but they were on board. They were like, we'll make the sacrifice for you. And I was like, hey, bless. Well, I'll try to let you guys survive for a couple of years at least. Unfortunately, it did not work out that way. got a like deviated septum or some weird shit going on with my nose now, which is not fun. So besides all the other horrible things that you can look forward to if you decide to make similar choices, that is one of them. So don't do it. But anyways, I had my pills, so I was at 180 milligrams, like we said earlier. And so I just needed three other things. I needed a credit card, I needed a $20 bill, and I needed something to smash it with. And I'd always use this big like marker I had. So I got the overdose setup, I got the overdose kit, and I got to work. I was, breaking it down. And so in the middle of the process, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna have a little bit to drink with this. So I did the classic play. I raided my parents' little liquor cabinet. I poured a little bit of each bottle into a cup, a water cup, and I probably had like a full glass. So I took my little water cup full of liquor back down to my room and I hid it in my closet and I thought I was all set. And real quick, never mix opioids or opiates and alcohol. That is just a recipe for an overdose. But I'm an idiot, so I was like, well, let's see what happens. And unfortunately for me, my room is on the basement, and there are two windows at the very top of the wall that look out into the yard. And so as I was at my desk, I had one of the T3s under the bill, and I was, crushing it. And I didn't realize, but my mom looked in through the back window, like it was out in the yard, and she looked through the windows into my room because she was playing with my dog, and so she was bent over. And she just sees me going ham, going to town at my desk. And like I said, I didn't know at this point, but all of a sudden I heard the back door just come flying open. And I was like, damn. Because my mom does that when she's mad. And I didn't know if I had no idea she knew what I was up to. I thought there's no way, right? So, I mean, I figured she just found the butt of a joint or a blunt out back and she was just gonna come and chew me out for a bit, you know? So she gets to my door and she opens the door and I had time just to like throw a notebook over the mess I had, like I thought I covered it up and I was like, "Hey mom, what's going on?" And so she's like, "Pick up your notebook." And I was like, "Oh shit." Right? And I made the dumbest excuse. I was like, "No, I spilled some water. I just needed there to soak it to soak it up." And she was like, "No, I saw what you were doing." And I just died inside because I was like, damn, like I didn't want my moms to be mad at me, but at the same time, more than that, I did not want her to have to see me doing what I was doing. I felt horrible. So I lifted my notebook up and there's just this giant pile of powder. And so my mom was pissed. And I guess I didn't realize this, but I had just gotten a new bong at this time because I had sold my old one and I told her I'd try to stop smoking. And that only lasted a couple days, so I needed a new piece. And so she started heading towards my closet. And I thought maybe she knew about the liquor too, but she just wanted to take my bong. And she opens it and she sees that cup of alcohol just sitting there. And I mean, now she's pissed. I mean, rightfully so. So she took my alcohol. I mean, not my alcohol, but the alcohol that I took, she took it back. She took my bong. And I'm pretty sure I got that back at some point. And I hadn't overdosed yet at all at this point. So she was telling me, if you keep doing this, you're going to die. If you keep doing this, you're going to OD. And just, all this stuff that I wish looking back I listened to because it would have saved me so much, pain. But yeah, so she made me go and flush all the T3 powder down the toilet. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, watching all that codeine just go down the potty. I'm not gonna lie, I had to hold back some tears watching that drain flush. So yeah, if you made it this far, I rock with you. Thank you for rocking with me, and I'll see you in the next one.